Welcome to Propaganda News, where we do the thinking so you don't have to, with your anchor, Biff Dolittle. Thanks, Ookla. Our first story today comes from SunSentinel.com. Police roll out video surveillance truck called the Peacemaker. Fort Lauderdale, Tanya Oaknine is convinced the police are watching her. She is not paranoid. It says as much on the red sign painted along the side of the hulking armored truck that's been parked out in front of her 8-room Parisian motel for several days. Warning, you are under video surveillance, reads the bold message on the side of the truck. From the front bumper of the menacing vehicle, another sign taunts, "What you gonna do when we come for you?" The truck is a new weapon for the Fort Lauderdale Police Department in the fight against drugs and neighborhood nuisances. They call it the Peacemaker. We here at Propaganda News know that we would sleep much better knowing that the police were outside recording everything. Isn't it great to live in such a free country? Our next story is from thenaturalnews.com. New Mexico man arrested, drugged, and detained for 2 years. Now wins $22 million reward verdict in lawsuit. After spending 2 years in solitary confinement without ever having been convicted of a crime, 58-year-old Stefan Slevin has finally been awarded a whopping $22 million from a federal jury for his improper treatment by Donna Ana County in New Mexico. It all happened because someone checked a box on a form that categorized him as suicidal. He was stuck in a 6-foot by 11-foot cell with a concrete bench for a bed, and there was documented evidence that he didn't get out for anything, for recreation, a shower, for months at a time. We here at Propaganda News would like to say that if we were indeed heading toward the police state that most people believe we are, then they never would have paid $22 million and released him. Think about it. Our last story comes from the Mail Online. Forced to stand 24 hours, suicide nets, toxic exposure, and explosions inside the Chinese factories making iPads for Apple. Working excessive overtime without a single day off during the week, living together in crowded dorms, exposure to dangerous chemicals, and 2 explosions in 2011 in China due to aluminum dust, killed 4 workers, almost 140 injured after using toxin in the factory, reports New York Times. We here at Propaganda News would like to say it's not America's fault that China has these conditions. We just support this kind of thing financially, but it does not mean that we agree with it morally. That's all the time we have today, and thank you for watching Propaganda News. Remember, the government is looking out for you.